You don't wanna leave, you don't wanna cry no more. Let's go.
Said the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. Child, the way you shake that thing, gonna make you burn, gonna make you sting. Hey, hey, baby, way you walk that way, watch your honey drip, I can't keep away. Still got a flaming heart, can't keep my fill. Eyes that shine, burning red, dreams of you all through my head. Took my car, started to tell her friends she wants to be a star. I don't know, but I've been told a big leg woman ain't got no soul.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for taking time to join me here on Dan's almost daily vlog. This is part 3 of my solo series, yeah? Okay. And today we're going to focus on a really interesting element about drum soloing on the drum set that's more common with other percussion, and that's playing with your bare hands. And this started in the 50s. I'm pretty sure the first to do it might have been Papa Joe Jones. We're going to show a video in a moment, followed by people like Joe Morello, John Bonham, Aldridge, Tichy, and I've actually been doing it since 1970, I believe. Wow, God, it's been a while. 50 freaking years. But I'm gonna show some technique, do some demonstrations, and show you some things to watch out for when you do this. But let's see where it started. Let's show a little bit of a solo from the late 50s by Papa Joe Jones. This is truly amazing. He starts with his sticks, but check out his finger work with his hands. Just so inspiring to me. That amazing finger work. And by the way, I forgot this. Tell us where you're watching from. I'm in Globe, Arizona, which is in the mountains 100 miles east of Phoenix. So tell us where you're watching from. We always like to see that. I'll give some shout outs in a moment. Thanks everybody for joining us. We really appreciate it. So that was, I believe, where it all started in the 50s with Papa Joe Jones. Now let's look at the late, great Joe Morello, who played on the original recording with Dave Brubeck of Take 5, amongst other great jazz hits. But this solo you're about to see a little excerpt of Joe playing with his hands, is in 5/4 because it's during the solo. It's a solo during the song of Take 5 with Dave. So go ahead and let's roll that. So those are a couple of the older legendary greats that did this. And, of course, John Bonham did it. I saw Tommy Aldridge do it back in 78 was the first time I saw him with Pat Travers' band when they recorded their live album at Long Beach Sports Arena opening for Rush on the Hemispheres tour. Wow. And I remember that my seats were taken up by the soundboard. They had to move us somewhere else. But anyhow, I'm going to demonstrate a couple things. So let's see, where should I put this? I'm going to put this here. I'm sure it'll pick things up fine. And whichever camera works best, hon, for you to show. That's my wife, Anja. I'm not calling all of you, hon, yet. That's my wife, Anja, the director, also producer of Drum Talk TV. She's working the controls. But first thing you want to do is this. Take your rings off, or as my wife and I fondly refer to them as, groupie deterrent. So take your groupie deterrent off. That's if it's on your wedding ring finger. Otherwise, take jewelry off. That's what I highly recommend. And you want to be careful that you don't hit too hard while hitting the rim. Remember when you saw Papa Joe Jones? He's using his index finger sideways, and he's doing rim shots. It takes a lot of practice to do that without hurting yourself. I'm going to do it over here. And my fingers are fairly callous from doing this for literally 50 years. But I want to talk about some techniques. So one of them is finger at a time, hitting the rim, which is a different sound from just hitting the drum. Multiple fingers close to the rim and even hitting the rim versus it of the head. What does that do? It gets more resonance out of the drum because you're just bouncing right off it. Oh, over there. You're not muting it. I'll move the mic here as well. Oh, great. Tell us how the signal is, folks. So, when you bounce off, you get more resonance, if that's what you want. I personally am not one for putting gels and tape and all that jazz on drums. I like them to ring out to sing. That's just me. So I love that. But you can mute them a couple different ways. One is how you hit it. I'm cupping it. Okay, I'm cupping it, or you can keep the heel, I call this the heel of your hand, more on the drum, as opposed to. Now you can mix hands with fingers. So your hand is like a moving mute. You know, like I don't know if they even do this anymore, the muffler inside the top snare head. Do they still make them like that? Imagine if you could move that. And John Bonham does an amazing job of that. Well, did. Let's do a little bit of Bonzo-esque hand playing. Is that all right? I have my special. Oh, here it is right here. Have this, just to give you the full effect. Okay. Hey, come on. All right, here we go. I should have kept the pliers over here. That's okay. So wait, I'm going to do a combination. I'm just kind of riffing. I've got 9 different John Bonham solos in my head. So I'm doing a combination of the original studio version of Moby Dick, the 1973 version that became The Song Remains the Same on the Houses of the Holy tour, and from 1977. So that's my excuse for mixing it up a little. When I just bounce off them. Now to do the triplets, where's the mic? There we are. To do the triplets with your hands, I'm using practically my fingertips and maybe the second joint as I start out soft. Then I'm going to move to full palms, but you want to be very careful of the rim. It is very easy to hurt yourself and bruise a muscle, and it's extremely painful. I've needed lots of ice and something else to help with that. But just get a nice steady flow. Think of like an engine. You want it as steady as possible before you speed up or get louder. Now watch how my hands move from the position of the rim and the position of the fingers into more of the hand and where it goes onto the head of the drum. Feels good though, but work your way up to that. Don't be too, it's like you wouldn't go into a gym and if you've never been to the gym, you'd never go into the gym and just lift 300 pounds, right? No, you'd hurt yourself. If you haven't ever gone running or power walking, or you haven't in a long time, you'd never start out by going 5 miles. It's the same thing with almost anything having to do with playing the drums because it is so physical. This is a topic I'll talk with Dr. Nadia Azar with on our next episode, which is going to be, I don't have the date off the top of my head. I think it's the last Thursday of this month. So any questions? Let me see who's watching. Give some shout outs. Do I look here? Will it not work? Yeah, okay, good. So let's see who's watching, what's happening, what's going on, what are you doing? Oh, and how's the signal? Let me fix my thingy here. Tell us how the signal is. Hey, Eli, how are you? Nah, this is okay for hand. Check out the videos I showed earlier. Let's see. I play on mobile? Zone, what do you mean? Oh, you're playing it on mobile? Okay, tell us how it is. Sam, how are you? Kyle, thanks for joining. Nick Volpe, thanks. Jim Ho. In Murfreesboro, Illinois, 90 miles south of St. Louis. Great part of the country. A.D. Adams, Phoenix, Arizona. Like, he's got to tell us where he's watching from. A.D.'s like one of my best friends. Amazing drummer. Plays with Louis Prima Jr. and the Witnesses. What is it? A.D. Glass Houses. He's an awesome instructor. So get with A.D. Adams if you can. Very cool, A.D. Thanks, brother. Hertfordshire in the UK. In where? Hey, thank you so much, Colin. Very nice, Colin. I appreciate you joining us. Darren Hodges. Eli's in Ohio. Dola, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Dola Lituri in Michigan near Detroit, where Rush got their start, their big break on the radio. Meeker, Colorado from Evan. Very cool. Best program. Aquisai, thank you so much. That's really sweet. Jeff, Callias, how is everybody? Thanks so much. Jim, roll. Let's roll, baby. Absolutely. So any questions about that? While I wait for a few questions, I just feel like playing some more. So here we go. Right. There we go. Thank you so much, Birdie. Appreciate that. Well, since I'm wearing a Drum Talk TV shirt that says, "Where's the groove?" Let's do a little groove, which, remember, you can always work groove beats into your drum solo. They don't always have to be they don't always have to be like that all over the freaking place. You can work in some, whoa, hey, let's put on the snare. Sure to work in dynamics too. So that's my that's my tutorial on if you want to mix in some legendary solo elements with your hands and how to keep yourself safe, how to also just get some different sounds out of your drums, even if you play lightly. And I recommend doing that so you can get your sounds down first. In fact, I don't know if you can get this. Hopefully you can hear this. I'm going to lower the microphone because there's a fun brushing effect that you can achieve with these, basically my middle and ring finger. So just by itself. Hear that brushing as opposed to that? Hear the difference? Other beats. I'm just keeping quarter notes on the bass drum, and I'm doing just keeping a that's the snare part. Maybe AD, you can write that out for me. Doing it without hurting yourself, and get used to what kind of sounds you can get out of your drums depending on, like I said, the velocity, where you hit them, what part of your hands or fingers you hit them with, and what that does. So much for joining me. Check out the 3 links that are in the post. SwitcherStudio is the software that we're using. If you use the Drum Talk TV code, you get a 30-day free trial, and it's not the kind of free trial where then it goes to auto pay. Don't worry about that. They're not jerking you like that. Just try it out. It's great software as a musician for teaching, for streaming. You see all the graphics. We're flying in video. The transitions between cameras, especially for drumming. If you teach drumming, it's hard from one camera to. Yeah, okay, so we're live again, and if you turn the knob with your right hand, nope, not that one, that one. Turn that, and it'll loosen so you can swivel it. And just going to show you the big blue kit, which after our 4 o'clock jazz thing, the next live will be on that kit there, which you've probably seen me on. So what I was saying is go into our videos album, and if you see me at that kit or you see me right here at the Welch Tuning Systems kit, it's one of the lives that you may have missed. So dip in, check it out, click get notifications when the button comes up when this is over, and every time we go live, if you're on Facebook, you'll get a little TV pop up in the corner. Click on that, takes you right to this, and you could be part of the conversation. It's not all about just me blurting at you like I do to my wife at home. It's all about a conversation. I want you to participate. I want to hear ideas. I want to hear, well, I don't know if I want to hear everyone's opinions, but I want to get conversation about whatever the topic is, okay? So I'm going to do a little bit of Max Roach's As the Drum Waltzes, which is in 3 of hands as we go out, and then Angie will sign off. Whoops. There we go.